Alright, today is Monday, September 23rd, and today's math lesson. First, we reviewed decomposing in more than one way, and we talked about how if we make a chart, we could do our TH, that's for the thousands, H, T, O chart, and that's just to help us pay attention to the place value. And it's super simple to be able to put on any piece of paper. Okay, so we don't have any thousands, we have 3 hundreds, we have 4 tens, and we have 9 ones. Now we always talk about how in place value you can't go above 9, and that's what's really difficult for decomposing in more than one way. And I keep bringing back to money. We could break up a dollar by doing 2 quarters and 5 dimes. You could do 100 pennies. There's lots of ways to make a dollar, but when you are decomposing any number, you're breaking it up in more than one way without thinking about 9 being the greatest number in a place value, because it's not place value, it's talking about value, specifically about value. So I could have 3 100s, I could have 4 tens, and I could have 9 ones, but if I take 100 away, then I would have 2 100s, but then I have to use that and move that over to the tens, and so if that's the case, I'd be adding 10 tens to the 4 tens that I already have, which would be 14 tens, and then I might still have 9 ones. Well, if I add up 9 ones, 14 tens, and 2 hundreds, then I would still have 349. Now, this again is something that you could really relate to with money, because you might have 2 $100 bills. That would be nice. 14 tens, $14 $10 bills, and 9 $1 bills, and you would still have $349. So that's a practical way to look at it. So the next thing that we did today is we talked about um, our even and odd, and I've noticed that this is challenging for some of the students, but once we thought about it with pairs, like they talked about in first grade, then they were able to relate to it more easily. Okay, so if you look at the ones place in any number, we did a billion today, we talked about a million today, we talked about as many numbers as we could, and so we talked about how can you determine if a number is even or odd. Now, the one way is to simply memorize 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 are even, and 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are odd. It's a little bit easier for us as adults to just memorize those, because as we got older, it made more sense that way. But students, if you're watching this, then I really want you to think about pairs. And then adults, think about this as well, and I'm going to show you on the next slide, because we have to have a foundation, a starting point for even and odd. Okay, so you're always going to look at the ones place, like I said here. Okay, always look at the ones place. I don't care how big the number is, you look at the ones place to say if it's even or odd. Okay, and then so let's look at this example. Let me move it over just a little bit because it's out of the shot. Whole group. This was our whole group lesson today. That's what that means up there. Choose a number. Okay, so in class, I don't remember what we chose in class, but let's say it was 137. Okay, we can use our a 10 frame, and any student could write this on their own paper if they don't have a 10 frame available. And we look at the ones place, and that's what we're going to represent. So I'm going to move 7 dots over, and if I get to an odd number, then I'm going to place a yellow one there. So 2, again, just the ones place. 3, 4, 5, 6, And I'm almost to 7, so I'm going to go ahead and put a yellow one to show that it's odd, it's left out, it's not a pair. So 137 is an odd number.